Here's the barrel impact, barrel bump test. We're going to see if we can get this gun to change its point of impact from a simple bump of the barrel like you normally would if you was to bounce it, changing positions off a prop or walking through the woods, hitting off a tree limb. There's a million different things you can bump this thing on, while you're either using it at a match or while you're using it out in the woods. But let's go ahead and get this test started. I'll go ahead and do a quick group, and then I'll go ahead and bump the barrel, and then we'll see what happens. You're going to notice that the barrel bend test that people did where they were grabbing a barrel and moving around didn't change nothing. And that's mostly because you're allowing the barrel and the shroud to absorb the energy, so it's really not making it all the way down here to the action. Versus actual impact, it's going to send some acoustics all the way down here that's going to resonate, causing vibrations down here to the bottom side of the barrel. So it's actually going to make it all the way down, and that's what's going to cause the problem you're about to see. It's just is what it is. These guns shoot great. They're great guns. I got nothing really but good things to say about it besides for that, and I don't think there's a fix for it. So let's see what happens, shall we? Here we go. We're sitting at 28 yards right now. So not crazy far, but you'll be able to see a difference. That's our control group. Now let's go to smack the barrel to the right, like we were swinging it. We accidentally hit it on something. I'm going to change my aiming point so the groups don't mix up. So I shoot the group right below it. And you can see what happened. Now, if that ain't definitive, I don't know what to tell you, because you can clearly see I didn't touch none of my turrets. The only thing I did was just hit the barrel and simulated an impact. This is James with Competitive Air Gunning. Today we were trying to simulate a point of impact shift with this Panthera. We was shooting in the backyard at 28 yards, and we was able to bump the barrel and create that point of impact shift, and it was almost an inch at 28 yards, so it was really close to a mil. Get that out to 100 yards, that's a huge difference in an impact shift. Even at 28 yards, that's a lot. You can't really get the point of impact shifts by wiggling the barrel. They got a nice setup that prevents that. But as far as actual impacts, where you got a lot more energy that's able to travel down the barrel system, that's where it happens. I've experienced it in matches. It's been pretty frustrating trying to figure out what was going on until I finally did, and I just had to slow down. Compared to rimfire, where you can be a little more aggressive with your guns, coming in out of props or moving around, or just trying to beat the time clock, you kind of got to take a couple steps back and slow down just a little bit with these. Otherwise they can cost you some points, especially if you're in a match where they really limit the time you have to complete a stage, and they add more shots to that stage with more movements. But yeah, I really wanted to shed some light on that. I hope this can prevent other shooters from losing points or you know, missing targets as far as hunting or just in the backyard shooting a paper. Because it can be a little frustrating if you run across a point of impact shift and you're trying to figure out what's going on. Because sometimes you just don't have that background where you can see the dirt flying or the grass moving, where you can kind of get a better idea and maybe get back on target, you know, within a couple of shots. If you don't have a backdrop where you can kind of see, you can lose everything. You can lose all 10 shots pretty fast. That's a whole lot of zeros. That being said, these guns shoot great. I really enjoy shooting this gun. I don't have any plans on changing it out to something else for what I do. For that flaw there, I just learned to deal with it. It's just another challenge, so it helps me better myself as far as being more cautious and slowing down. And then it also helped me speed up when I'm actually getting on target, so I can try and get that time back. But I hope this video helps you, and we'll see you next time.